G'day everybody and welcome to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Max, I'm a VATSIM S3 controller, and today we're controlling the Brisbane TMA. We're going to be top-downing both Brisbane and Gold Coast airports, both Class Charlie airports on Australia's southeast coast. There's a few aircraft outbound you'll see throughout the session, and there's already quite a few inbound as we first connect. I'll go through a brief shortly explaining the runway modes we're operating in the TCU, and what approaches are in use, which frequencies we're operating, and other controllers around us. I made this video for any aspiring controllers who want to get a rating on the VATSIM network, or pilots who are just curious on what it's like on the other end of the scope controlling. As such, with this video being made on the VATSIM network in the VATPAC FIR, this video is not for instructional purposes, but instead is just for entertainment and for people who are curious about controlling on the network, and is not in any means a form of instruction or educational content. But with that said, let's begin. Alright, so to begin, we'll do a quick brief of what we're controlling today. So today we're controlling the Brisbane TMA. We're currently top-downing Brisbane and Gold Coast airports. Archer field is revert class Golf. It's uncontrolled at this time. In terms of aircraft in our sector, no aircraft at the moment. However, there will be one coming from the south, not yet controlled, killing 1566s for the Gold Coast. And we do have one departure on the ground, Fiji 922 to Nandi. Qantas 918 is an overfly for the Sunshine Coast. We're running 01 props at Brisbane and runway 14 at the Gold Coast. No neighbouring online sectors or TCUs. We have Mungo to the southwest, but they haven't got anything to do with us. Information Kilo, Brisbane instrument approaches in use, and information Juliet to Gold Coast, we're running visual approaches and instrument approaches. So let's begin. Okay, so first we're going to fill out Fiji 922 strip. He'll be 01 right on the Gumki 2 departure, climbing 6,000. Make sure this is alright. Yep, that's all good. Wait for him to call up.
Brisbane approach, Fiji 922, radio check.
Fiji 922, Brisbane approach, good morning, 5x5.
Thank you, Fiji 922, base 78, information Kilo, request IFR to Nadi.
Fiji 922, cleared to Nandi via Gumki, flyplane route, runway 01 right, Gumki 2 departure, climb via SID 6000, squawk 1101, departures 133, decimal 4, correction 118, decimal 45.
Cleared on the Gumki flight plan route, runway 01 right, Gumki 2 departure, initial climb 6000, squawking 1101, departure on 118.45, Fiji 922.
Fiji 922. Okay, so we're just giving Fiji their clearance there. Qantas 918 finished the flyover. He did briefly cut into our airspace, however, it wasn't really needed to have sent to contact me. I did give him a code, identify him, and then send him back to Unicom. We've got another profile there, Qantas 533 to Sydney. He'll be on the Sanag off of 01 right. So we can see Fiji's down there, Qantas is up here. To the south, Q-Link's coming in. Now this sort of southern half here, so I won't be sending contact me just yet. Maybe as he starts to come into these further steps, but for now we don't need to. But we will activate the strip. There we go. Be runway 14. So we will confirm which star he is on, because it could be the Bernie 4 Alpha or Yankee, not any of these ones from the east there. Okay, we've got some ATCs to update now.
Gold Coast.
Just check that crosswind factor there. Okay, we'll add that in. So max crosswind 10 knots. Stations Brisbane, information Lima now current. The changes wind 070 degrees, 12 knots, maximum crosswind 10 knots. Stations Brisbane, information Lima now current. Stations Gold Coast, information Kilo now current, changes upon request. Okay, we'll send a contact me to Q-Link. So now as this is a new thing actually, controlling the TCU, you have to extend all the frequencies in our sector. So we're gonna get him to go on to Gold Coast, Brisbane Gold Coast approach. That's 123.5. 9,000 in the tag for now.
Brisbane approach, good day, Q-Link 1566 is descending through with level 175, information Kilo on board.
Q-Link 1566, Brisbane approach, good afternoon, thanks for Kilo, squawk 4235.
Squawk 4235, killing 1566.
Okay, so he's reported he's got information kill on board. That's the latest status. That's good. He's on the birdie for Yankee, so we don't need to change that as well. So he'll be for the RMP Yankee approach. Killing 1566, thanks identified. Descend via star 9000. Gold Coast QNH 1017. Runway 14. Expect RMP Yankee approach.
10 via star 9000, altimeter 1017, expecting RMP Yankee approach 14, killing 1566.
Yeah, so it's saying 9000. He's been given the QNH. And approach expectation. Now I'll put it on the screen now. So for the RMP Yankee, the minimum altitude we assign him is 3,300 to be compliant for the RMP, and the max is 6,000. So we'll assign the lowest at 3,300 to be compliant at Gold Coast 045. So it is an RMP AR approach, and we can actually load that up here. So by default, it'll show the nautical mile or 2 nautical mile steps. Markers for the instrument approach, standard instrument approach. Now if we go to maps and go to RMPAR all, so you can see here with that chart, he'll be at Kerry at minimum 3,300, so we'll just send him down to 3,300. That's via the star, but also just in case he does need to be broken off, does need to be taken off the star for any reason, we'll make sure that we're sending him to altitudes at least 500 foot above the CTA and clear of the RTCC. That's the lowest safe altitudes. Which, well, he'll be primarily over water because that's the coastline, so we can just send him, just keep him above CTA. We'll give him further now. Killing 1566, descend via star 4000.
Via star 4000, killing 1566.
But that's another way you can see there. His approach track for the RMP Yankee is there. I'll close these now. And I can't see him on the visibility range just yet, but out here we have a Cebu A321.
Good evening, Sydney departures, Qantas 533, stand 20, requesting clearance to Sydney.
Qantas 533, Brisbane approach, good afternoon, cleared to Sydney via Seneg, flight planned route, runway 01 right, Seneg to departure, climb via SID 6000, squawk 3756, departures 118, decimal 45.
Cleared to Sydney, Seneg flight plan 01 right, Seneg 2, climb 6000, squawk 3756, departures 11845.
Qantas 533. Yeah, what I was saying, so out to the northwest and west here, we have a Cebu A321 into the Gold Coast, and a 788, so a Dreamliner from the west, he's for Brisbane. We'll see how those go. So Cebu will be coming in from the north, overhead Brisbane, and the 78 will be coming in via the Woody Star, which is around here, I believe. Yep, so there's the Woody, so he'll be coming in via the Star, and then the Cebu will be coming in from Brisbane, then out here, and we'll have to vector him in for my 1-4. We'll clear him direct to the initial approach fix for the approach of his choosing. Both those aircraft on the ground at Brisbane are cleared, waiting for them to push. That'll be the next step. Okay, so the Q-Link's making his way down. He'll be at Kerry soon for the RMP Yankee, sending down to 4,000, so we'll give him further. Q-Link 1566, descend via star 3,300, clear RMP Yankee approach, runway 14.
Star 3,300, cleared RNAV Yankee 14, approach, clearing 1566.
Yeah, that Cebu's now popped up in the other tab. There he is, in the cruise. Okay, he is a text only, so he should be able to receive still, but if he can't, we'll have to just send our messages via text over here in the VSCS. That should be fine. We'll leave his tag for now. But yeah, I decided to make this video just to sort of give anyone who's, possibly in the queue waiting for training to become an S3, or just people who are curious what it's like to control the TCU, just sort of a little bit of an understanding of what it's like. Of course, being on VATSIM, providing the top-down service, so Brisbane Tower, ground, and delivery are closed, so I'm also showing you what it's like that side of things. For any of the new S1s or S2s, you will be using the old strips tool. So it replicates the tower strips, essentially. Controlling the TCU, of course, I'm going to be using the standard VATSIM strips in the beacon state, or, correction, what's the other one? There's, state and beacon. So I'm currently using beacon, so I can basically filter all the strips that I can see in to certain ways. So say they're all via a certain waypoint or via a certain airport. So see on the left here, I've got a depth for Brisbane, so departures out of Brisbane, departures out of Gold Coast, and anything else that doesn't fall into these two bays goes as other. Of course, I can use state, which is used a lot in the en-route environment, which shows pre-active strips so that aren't activated. Jurisdiction, so aircraft in your jurisdiction, the ones that you currently have control over. Announced, so tags that are activated but that aren't in your jurisdiction. And then handover in and out, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Aircraft being handed in to you and ones you're handing out. But yeah, we're sticking to beacon at the moment. But yeah, like I was saying, for any new controllers, this is in the VATPAC region at least, you'll be using Oz strips in your training and controlling the network, which does replicate the tower strips. It's there are a lot of features in here that are highly useful, especially during high traffic load events. Yeah, that's that. Okay, we'll fill out Cebu's tag. We'll just press activate and give it a squawk, and hopefully should couple. There we go. And we'll just do this now, just to get a good understanding. Yeah, so there's no stars, of course, in from the north. The only ones from the east and the south, like the Q-Link flew, the Bernie. So we'll be overflying at Brisbane. We'll probably have to assess it then, depending on the speed of that 7-8 coming in via Woody and the two departures on the ground who are yet to push. We'll see what we have to do there in terms of separation, standards, and assurance. If needed, we can just do some additional vectoring or delay someone's climb or descent. Probably fairly simple. Yeah. So we'll just keep the tag for now. We won't do anything with him though, just yet, because he's still almost 100 miles out from my boundary. Okay, so Q-Link's now turning on to final. Once he turns that final leg, he'll be about a 4-mile final. We can give him landing clearance now. Q-Link 1566, the winds 110 degrees at 10 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
14 to land, Q-Link 1566, thanks.
After that, we put the tag to none, and, oh, that's not right, that's wrong one. There we go, tag to none, and what I like to do is use the coordination, the C prompt, to indicate that I've cleared the land. That's something I've done ever since tower control, a while ago. Just, reminds me that, hey, I've cleared the land, because when it's really busy, say during something like Milk Run, can get, especially somewhere like Sydney where you've got parallel runways, you're running 2 runways, you might forget who you've cleared the land, and it's a waste of time on frequency checking who you have, and also it's a risk if you miss someone and they've had to go around.
Qantas 553 will request push and start.
Qantas 533, push approved.
Push approved, Qantas 533.
Okay, so Qantas there is pushing now. Okay, Cebu's now about 40 miles out. I'd like to establish contact with him soon, just to make sure if he can receive, because that definitely helps a lot. Not that it's busy or anything, but it is nice. Just have a quick little check. Okay, so Q-Link's coming to land now. This is the ground window for the Gold Coast. If you guys didn't know what this is. Yeah, so these are the ground windows. They show you the runways, taxiways. They can show you bay numbers as well. So there's the bays there at the Gold Coast, and I don't tend to use these as I normally just let people go to the bay of their choice, but if someone does request a bay, I'll give them taxi to that specific bay. Yeah, so you can see the Qantas 533 here, for example. He's pushing out a bay domestic 20, and Fiji 922 is Mo Charlie, he'll probably push soon. He's at bay international 78. If their sceneries are correct, that is. But those are what they are for. And when you're choosing which airport you want to look at the ground window for, there's Class Delta, Procedural, and then your Class Charlies are all down here. Q-Link 1566, welcome to the Gold Coast. Taxi straight ahead, Delta to the bay. Good afternoon.
To the bay, Q-Link 1566, thank you.
There we go, so Q-Link's taxing to the bay now. Speed will be out in airspace about 3 or 4 minutes. That's what these lines are. So the first dot is where they'll be in a minute on their current heading or track. And then the second line there where it ends, that's 2 minutes. So I've got the velocity vector or lead line set to 2 minutes when controlling the TMA. So that's what you're always looking for, basically. 2 minutes or greater. Your best efficiencies, of course, having... Oh, we're getting a chord. Brisbane approach.
G'day approach. Ground's online now, yeah.
G'day. On the grounds, Fiji 922 is cleared. Qantas 533 has push.
Roger, plus 532 push. Fiji 922 cleared.
Good, thank you.
Cheers.
Alright, so ground's online. We'll make a call for the people on the ground Brisbane. Stations on the ground Brisbane. Brisbane grounds online. You can monitor them 121.7. There we go. It's a bit of coordination there with the ground controller. We will send a contact to Cebu now, because look at, like I was saying with those leader lines, he is going to be now almost 2 minutes from my sector. He is in the cruise, however. He has not made descent. But I presume going 510 knots, and he's going to want to try and make a faster descent. And we'll have to speak to him soon anyway. But yeah, like I was saying, in the TMA, you're always looking for the best efficiency of your airspace is leader line 2 minutes between aircraft, and of course, making sure wake turbulence separation's met. So say if you have a heavy behind a medium, you need to have, I believe it's 6 miles, 5 or 6 miles, separation total behind those aircraft. Cebu 50, Brisbane approach, good afternoon, can you receive voice? Just going to double check, because lots of pilots tend to file as text only, but actually can receive, and it saves me a lot of time. Let's rather do that. Okay, that's fine. So he's got an impairment there, so we'll do this instead. 50. Okay, so if you're curious where I'm getting the squawk numbers from, they're down here in the strip. So you can see that there, and we can auto assign if we want to cycle the code again. That's where we're getting those from. And there's that 7-8 coming up now in our strips. There we go. Okay, so Cebu's squawking there. Give him initial descent down to, keep on profile, we can do 10,000 initially. We don't want to send him too low around the Brisbane sector here, as it would conflict with other departures, and also it doesn't need to be that low there when he's coming into the Gold Coast. Because think about it, there's around 50 miles between the Gold Coast and Brisbane airports, so yeah. Alright, so Cebu 50 is identified, we've got him there on the track, and still be on standing QNH. But he's squawking the discrete code, and he's identified, so identified. Descend via, or descend, he's not on a star, so basically descend 10,000, QNH 1017, runway 14, expect ILS approach. Unless he does want a visual, but so far we'll just plan for the ILS. Which I should. Yeah, okay, that's fine. He hasn't filed any initial approach fix in his route or anything. There's that 7-8, so he's coming into Brisbane. There's plenty of time between these two. There should be no conflicts at all. No, there can't be. Alright, so Cebu's descending. He'll reply soon. There we go. Yep. Now, if that Cebu did want the, say for instance, the visual approach, he most likely would have called up on that, but if we need to, we can check with him if he does want to fly another approach. But he seemed happy with the ILS. He didn't request anything else, so we're just going to say he's going to take the ILS. You know, so 10,000, not only is it a good altitude to give him, well, the aircraft should be calculating an efficient descent, but keeps him at a relatively decent altitude overhead Brisbane and then further descent into the Gold Coast, but also ensures that the aircraft departing out of Brisbane, who will be assigned as per standard 6,000 feet, don't conflict with him in any way. Alright, so Qantas is taxiing, Fiji seems to still be at the bay, that's fine. Q-Link parked over there, okay, cool. Let's see, could give this guy track shortening in terms of our other departures. Be no conflict there. Qantas 533, yeah, to the south could be a little bit of a conflict, but that will probably be fine. Could give the Cebu a bit of track shortening, just kind of get him on a heading out here. And we'll just look at the chart for the ILS as well for that initial approach fix. AirPod at 2,500, okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to get him on a heading, so get him on a heading of, like, yeah, we'll do 145. Heading 145, so we'll put that, we'll have to tag, and then we'll tell Cebu. Cool, so we're going to give Cebu a little bit of a track shortening. Instead of him bringing him all the way out to the east, northeast here, we're going to just bring him straight in for the ILS. There we go, that works. I'll give Cebu 50 further descent and probably just direct AirPod shortly as well. Now, what's the lowest we can descend Cebu here? Well, if we look, so here is our lower limit, controlled airspace steps. So for the Class Charlie here, on his plans, on his current track, 1,000, 2,000, 3,500. So we can give him 4,000 for now. That'll be the lowest we can assign.
Departures, good evening, Qantas 533, holding point Alpha 9.
Oh. Qantas 533, Brisbane approach. Hello again, runway 01 right, cleared for takeoff.
01 right, clear for takeoff, Qantas 533.
Okay, so Qantas 533 is now rolling. I'll give this Cebu further descent. I'll also give him direct air pod. So Cebu 50, resume main navigation, cleared, direct air pod, descent 4,000. There we go. Now we'll see as well what we can do in terms of track shortening for Qantas. So of course, when we're attempting to give track shortening to an aircraft, we need to look at any conflicts, any terrain. So the conflicts with other aircraft, conflicts with terrain, and ensuring that they stay in controlled airspace. With the climb rate of a 737, I'm sure there'd be no issues if we just gave them direct Seneg as well, the highest lower limit there, at least is 4,500, then it jumps to 7,500. We can most likely give them direct now. Cebu's going in this direction, so there's no way that Qantas will be conflicting with them.
Qantas 533, passing 2,050
Qantas 533 Brisbane departures identified. Cancel the SID, clear direct Seneg, climb flight level 180.
Cancel the SID, direct Seneg, climb flight level 180, Qantas 533.
And Qantas 533, cancel speed restrictions.
Cancel speed restrictions, Qantas 533.
Alright, so we've got Qantas 533 cancel the SID direct Seneg, so instead of having to go out along here, he's just direct Seneg, which is the SID terminus. And he's got flight level 180, which is the standard assignable from the Brisbane TCU to en route, which in this case is Inverell, even though they're offline. And we've got him to cancel speed restrictions, so we can go faster than 250 knots below 10,000 feet.
Brisbane departures, Fiji 922, ready for departure.
There we go, there's the Fiji calling up. Fiji 922, Brisbane approach, g'day, runway 01 right, cleared for takeoff.
01 right, clear for takeoff, Fiji 922.
Give Cebu descent again. So it's going to be 2,500 for the ILS. We'll just send him down. Put 000. So that's what we put in the cleared flight level CFL for when clearing someone for an instrument approach. His profile, he'll be descending. He'll stay in CTA. So we go Cebu 50. Descend 2,500. Cleared ILS approach. Runway 14. There we go. No other aircraft soon to be in this sector that I can see on VATSIM radar and on my scope here. Oh, and we have a... Oh, okay. Q-Link 1566, same guy from earlier. Gold Coast to Brisbane, IFR. Yeah, we'll fill out the strip for now. Runway 14, Gold Coast 7. 6,000 initially as per the SOPs. Still got another 4 minutes with Qantas, 3 minutes with Qantas, so we'll leave him with us. If he does get to flight level 180 soon enough, we'll...
Fiji 922, airborne passing 1,200.
Fiji 922, Brisbane departures identified. Climb by SID, flight level 180, cancel speed restrictions.
Climb by SID 180, cancel speed restrictions, Fiji 922.
Alright, so he's climbing there. Hand over Qantas 533 to Unicom shortly. Right, so Cebu's just letting down now. He's just briefly left CTO there, but that's okay. I was expecting him to be still a bit higher there, but then again, it needs to be down low enough for the ILS there, 2,500. As per the chart. Again, with this being controlling the VATSIM network in the backpack FIR, don't take any of this as instructional content for real-world use or anything of that matter. Most controllers, in fact, probably no controller is perfect on the network. We're always trying to do our best and follow the procedures, so for any standards in terms of how procedures should be conducted effectively and correctly, it's always best to refer to the SOPs, which are linked below.
Brisbane approach, today again, Q-Link 1566 on the ground at Gold Coast from Kilo requesting IFR clearance to Brisbane.
Q-Link 1566, Brisbane approach, g'day, hello again, standby 1. Qantas 533, there's no further ATC to the south, identification and control service terminates, frequency change approved, g'day.
Frequency change approved, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Cebu 50 is established on the localizer and the glide slope. We'll drop the tag. C prompt in, he's cleared to land. Killing 1566, cleared to Brisbane via Sorva. Runway 14, Gold Coast 7 departure. Climb via SID 6000, squawk 6074. Departures 123, decimal 5.
Clear to Brisbane via Sorva, altitude 6000, squawk 6074, and departures with you on 123.5, Q-Link 1566.
Killing 1566, thanks. Then just to confirm it's the Gold Coast 7 departure.
Apologies, Gold Coast 7 departure, Q-Link 1566.
1566, thanks. Okay, so we've done that. We can activate the tag. I'll activate Whiskey from the west as well. Like that. Yeah, so Fiji will be leaving my airspace in about 2 minutes there, so we'll hand him off soon. In terms of this guy, via Woody, he'll be in my airspace in about 5 minutes on descent, and he's also receive, so he'll respond via text, but we can still transmit via voice, and he'll be able to respond properly. Fiji 922, there's no further ATC to the east. Identification and control service terminates. Frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Frequency change approved, and thanks for the ATC, Fiji 922.
Alright, so Cebu's vacated now, so we go Cebu 50. Taxi Delta to the bay. G'day. Alright. Cebu's vacated, he's taxiing to the bay. So contact me to the Whiskey guy. Get him on frequency. That's the Brisbane approach to the north. The Brisbane approach north sector here. He'll be in. Brisbane approach south is down here. Put 9,000 initially in the CFL.
Q-Link 1566 requesting pushback.
Killing 1566. Push and start approved.
Approved. Q-Link 1566.
Sierra Echo Quebec. There's that just a 510. Filed Gold Coast Glen to Brisbane. He's IFR. Fill out his tag. Whiskey Foxtrot 001 Brisbane approach. Do you copy on voice? Oh. Yeah, Whiskey 20 001 Brisbane approach. G'day, squawk 4 to Tree. Whiskey 001 squawk 4 to Tree. Even though he's squawking a discrete code and I can see him there on my radar, I've got to make sure he's squawking the right code, otherwise it could couple incorrectly to another aircraft's flight plan. Whiskey 001, thanks, identified. Descend via star 4000, QNH 1016, runway 01 left, expect ILS approach. Whiskey 001, just confirm which waypoint you're tracking to on the star at the moment. I've got you currently deviated off the star.
Brisbane approach, G'day, citation Sierra Quebec with Lima, request IFR to Brisbane.
Oh, is this? I thought that was a non-jet. Okay, he's a jet. Or regardless, it's 6,000. Sierra Echo Quebec, Brisbane approach. G'day, cleared to Brisbane via Glen, runway 14, Gold Coast 7 departure. Climb via SID 6000, squawk 4 tree 5 tree. Departures 123, decimal 5.
Cleared to Brisbane via the Glen flight planning route, runway 14, Gold Coast 7 departure, climb 6,000 feet via the SID. Squawk 4353 and departure on 123.5. Sierra Quebec.
Sierra Quebec, just confirm the departures 123 decimal 5.
Departure on 123.5, Sierra Quebec.
What am I gonna do here? Let's get him on a heading out this way. 130. Whiskey 001, turn right, heading 130. Why would you be direct Brisbane? And Sierra Quebec, just looking at your strip now, I'm unable to give you 7,000 in the cruise due direction of flight. I can either give you 6,000 or 8,000. Needs to be an even level.
6,000 works good for Sierra Quebec.
Sierra Quebec, thanks. Yeah, cool. Oh, no, it's...
Q-Link 1566, information Lima requesting taxi.
Okay, that's Q-Link. Q-Link 1566, taxi Alpha, holding point Charlie, runway 14.
Alpha holding point Charlie 14, Q-Link 1566.
What are we going to do with this guy? So he's heading 130. Didn't want to really try and bring him this way, because I don't reckon there's enough, because of the way he's kind of been responding. I don't reckon he'll be on the ball enough to kind of make a turn and then make it sharp enough there. So 130 for now. We're going to join like a right downwind sort of, and then just to save possibly having him overshoot and bring him around again, we'll probably just give him direct the initial approach fix, which is what is it called? Tannic? I believe it's Tannic. Let me double check. Yeah, Tannic. Okay. So we'll probably give him direct there at some point. And Sierra Echo Quebec, your start's approved, and you can call ready for taxi.
Start is approved and we'll call ready for taxi. Sierra Quebec, thanks.
Saves a bit of time there, because I will want to focus on this guy here. You also got that Q-Link. Oh, I forgot to activate the tag. Yeah, so we got these two coming, going into Brisbane. Don't want to have to deal with these two while, especially because one of them's on the RPAR, while I've got this guy flying around the post center lines. He's at 4,000 now, so as long as we don't chuck him into this airspace here at 4,500, the lower limit, he'll stay in CTA. And he's also at the right altitude to be compliant for the ILS, which is nice. Heading tree.
Q-Link 1566, fully ready, runway 14.
Q-Link 1566, signed heading left, tree 0 degrees, runway 14, cleared for takeoff.
Heading 0 degrees left, runway 14, cleared for takeoff, Q-Link 1566.
Alright, cool. So we're getting him a heading of tree 0. I'll bring you out here. Jeez, he's climbing to file level 120. It's not gonna... Q-Link 1566, just looking at your tag now, you're gonna be able to make it to flight level 120 before descending again, or would you like to amend your requested flight level?
Probably amend for Q-Link 1566, 8,000 or 6,000 is fine with us.
1566, understood. I'll change it to 6,000 for you.
1566, thanks.
Yeah, looking at that now, Jesus. If he was going to be somewhere out here, they may be doing some airwork stuff, but no, looking at his route again, he's just direct Zorba, so that's going to be way too high. This is wide enough now, we'll give him a downwind. Whiskey 001, turn right, heading 195. There we go, there's the tag. He's on a heading.
Brisbane approach, taking taxi back with Lima, ready for taxi.
Sierra Echo Quebec, taxi Golf, holding point Charlie, runway 14.
Golf holding point Charlie, runway 14,
Yeah, we need to be on the ball for this. We've got enough space, I could probably quite confidently give him a heading intercept. But I'm just going to give him direct Tannic. It always seems to work and it never causes conflicts. Not that there's any traffic around in the Brisbane TMA right now, it's just him and this other guy off the Gold Coast. But when it does get busy, sometimes it does tend to work out quite well instead of giving a heading. If the pilot's been on the ball the whole time, I've had him in my airspace, I'll pretty confidently give him a heading to join final. But we're just going to give this guy direct Tannic.
Q-Link 1566, passing 2,600.
Q-Link 1566, approach identified, resume navigation, clear direct Sorva, climb 6,000.
Sorva, climb 6,000, Q-Link 1566.
And correction, Q-Link 1566, just confirm you're looking for the RMPX range to runway 01, right?
That's affirmative, Q-Link 1566.
Q-Link 1566, understood, you can expect that runway 01, right?
15661, right, thanks.
Whiskey 001, turn right, resume navigation, clear direct Tannic.
Go Chris approach the taking Sierra Quebec at Charlie holding point Charlie, holding solid runway 14, ready for launch.
Sierra Echo Quebec, fly heading tree 0 degrees, runway 14, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 0 degrees, 14, cleared for takeoff, Sierra Echo Quebec.
There we go, there's the tag. He's the heading of 330. He'll be for the ILS, so he's going to be at Glen. Getting a RAM there, that's fine. So RAM's the route adherence monitor. So basically, VATSIS, well, the client, which this is VATSIS we're using to control, thinks the aircraft deviating from its route, which in this case, well, I guess it is. The next waypoint's Glen. Happened with the Q-Link as well, but didn't mention it. That's fine. Never just go to middle click and silence any of these alerts as well. You always got to review it, acknowledge it, figure out why it's making the alarm. Because, VATSIS won't just give it an alarm or give an alert or an alarm for an aircraft for no reason. There's a reason why. Only sometimes it can be a bit odd, but this one was fine. We can give start of descent for Q-Link. Where's Sorba? I need to pull up this. There it is. Killing 1566, when ready, descend 4000.
Ready to send 4000, killing 1566.
And 1566, the Brisbane QNH 1016.
Brisbane QNH 1016, killing 1566.
Not that Q-Link has passed through the transition layer, or the transition layer, and he's been on standard, but he's going from Gold Coast to Brisbane. The QNH has differed by 1 hectopascal, so we will give that to him. We've given 4,000 because the lower limit there is 3,500. But he does need to be 3,000, so once he's there, we'll give him 3,000. That'll give him about 5.5 miles to descend to be compliant for the RMP. Sierra Echo Quebec approach identified, verify level passing.
Passing 4,800, climbing 6,000, Sierra Quebec.
Sierra Echo Quebec, thanks. Resume our navigation, clear direct Glen, climb 6,000.
Resume our navigation, clear direct Glen, climb 6,000 feet, Sierra Quebec.
And Sierra Quebec, runway 01 right, expect ILS approach.
01 right, expect ILS approach, Sierra Quebec.
1422. Probably won't need to do any sequencing actions with these guys, as he's going to be on a shorter final as well, flying the RMPAR. Which actually I should probably try and key in. Not that it matters right now, but we'll do it anyway. Hey. There we go. Kinda works. So again, that also works if VATSIM doesn't give a random alert or alarm for the aircraft. It won't give a RAM. It's not deviating from the route. Because if I didn't have that, it would think it's just direct to the airport like that. That's fine. Ooh, he's making a bit of a strong turn there. Probably fine. Sierra Echo Quebec, just confirm your direct Glen.
We're heading direct to Glen, just like intercepting the flight path, Sierra Quebec.
Copy. Killing 1566, descend 3000, clear RMP X-ray approach, runway 01 right.
Putting 3000, clear RNP, X-ray approach 1 right, killing 1566.
There you go. And he's going to stay in CTA. Yeah, the general rule of thumb is that we need to keep aircraft 500 foot above the lower limit to be in controlled airspace, because if they're sitting at the lower limit, they're actually in class golf. They're outside of controlled airspace.
Brisbane.
Anyway, this is Stations Brisbane information November now current. The change is wind 080 degrees, 11 knots. Stations Brisbane information November now current. Stations Gold Coast information Mike now current. The change is wind 090 degrees, 11 knots. Clouds scattered 3,700. Stations Gold Coast information Mike now current. Brilliant. Sierra Quebec is staying in CTA. He's just about 2.2 miles out from leaving it. That's fine. Alright, Q-Link will be coming out to the RP now. That's Mungo, not to do with us. We can start to give initial descent for Sierra Quebec. Okay, so we give an initial descent to Sierra Quebec. He'll be down to 4,000, and then once he passes this step here, it's almost over the arterial control zone, we'll get him down to 3,000. And there's there's Glen there. Stations Brisbane approach, we're closing in approximately 10 minutes, Stations Brisbane. Okay, we'll continue to give this guy a descent, as fairly certain he won't be descending past 3,500 here. Sierra Echo Quebec, descend 3,000, cleared ILS approach, runway 01 right.
Descend 3,000, cleared ILS approach, runway 01 right, Sierra Quebec.
Killing 1566, vacated 01 right on Bravo 4.
Killing 1566, welcome to Brisbane, contact Brisbane ground 121.7, have a good day.
1.7, killing 1566, thanks for service and have a wonderful rest of your day, bye bye.
See ya. Alright, we'll wait for Sierra Echo Quebec, and then we'll close. Sierra Echo Quebec, the wind 080 degrees, 11 knots, runway 01 right, cleared to land.
Runway 01 right, cleared to land, Sierra Quebec.
All stations, Brisbane approach is now closed. Modding Intercom 122, Dose Might, have a good day.